one.
Hello, this is Group 23 with the Stack Overflow data visualization. I'm Mohammed Sagir.
I'm Atir Fayaz.
I'm Kunlu Wang.
So the goal of our project is to get streaming data from Stack Overflow and obtain a real-time representation of what topics and questions that are being asked by users around the world. This can be used to visualize and analyze the trends in programming and identify the common problems in terms of the topics and frameworks. It's a novel project because it creates an intuitive way for users to visualize and interact with live trends on Stack Overflow. So in order to get the data, we use the Stack Exchange API, which enables the users to retrieve answers, comment, badges, and all that stuff that comes with Stack Overflow. The Stack Exchange API is a Python wrapper, which allows us to receive 10,000 data points per day. So in terms of the volume, there have been 21 million questions asked on Stack Overflow. In terms of the velocity, there's a 13 seconds delay between each question. And in terms of variety, there's 4,000 potential question categories.
So for the system we're using for the project, first, the Stack API requests data from Stack Exchange. Specifically, we're getting the text, question title, and the question body from the latest question on Stack Overflow. Then Stack API gets the requested data and sends it to the Python socket, and the socket is deployed on GCP Dataproc. Within the socket, a bidirectional LSTM model trained on Kaggle's question quality dataset with 84% overall accuracy is used to make prediction of the question quality of the live data. Finally, the data is then transmitted through the local socket to the PySpark streaming receiver service, which is also deployed on Dataproc. Within the PySpark streaming receiver, MapReduce is used to count the number of each tag, and the processed data, including question title, question body, and the prediction, is processed into a data frame and then is saved into the GCP bucket and GCP BigQuery for storage. In order to collect data from BigQuery locally, we used Google OAuth 2 to pull data from BigQuery every single 10 seconds, and then store them into a CSV file, and then overwrite the new CSV file with the existing CSV file. The CSV file is then read by d3.js for data visualization, and the visualization is displayed on a HTML website. Next slide. So a little bit more information about the bidirectional LSTM model. We used Kaggle's question quality dataset for model training. It basically contains 60,000 question samples collected from the Stack Overflow website from 2016 to 2020. In order to eliminate bias, we only kept the question body for training and removed other features that might impose bias for our training. Then we scraped all of the HTML content in the question body using a Python package called Beautiful Soup. Finally, the question body is tokenized and the classes are one-hot encoded for training. The architecture of the model that we used is shown on the right. Our model achieved a final overall accuracy of 84%. Next slide.
In terms of the visualization, we chose to go with a bubble chart to visualize the hot topic. An example of that is shown on the very right in the slide here. We also went with the bar chart race, which showed the trending question categories, and it was live updated. And for the prediction model, we used the pie chart, which just showed the quality of incoming questions based on its prediction. We can now go on to the demo. As you can see, this is a sped up version of the bubble chart. As more data comes in, and more people start ask questions about the same topics, the bubbles get bigger. As you can see, Python seems to be one of the favorite a topic that everybody has questions about. One of the most persistent programming languages in this day. And yeah, this is data over quite some time. And then similarly for a bar chart race, as you can see, this is a data that was collected overnight and going on to the next day. And while that was happening, we can see how the different topics and trends changed. Overnight, we see very little activity at first in general. And then we can see that we're kind of sitting at around a count of 11 to 14 at max. And that's also for Visual Studio Code. And that's not particularly something that we would expect, mostly because in general, we do expect Python, JavaScript, and other programming languages to top that chart rather than an editor for that sake. But we do have some questions for Visual Studio Code, but this also tells us a little bit about the geographical regions and what languages maybe some other regions use, because as I said, this was overnight. Most of America was sleeping. Now America does wake up, and as you can see, the trend shifts dramatically. We see Python, JavaScript, script come right to the top. Pretty interesting. Now on to the question quality. As you can see, we're getting more and more questions coming in, and the BiLSTM model is able to predict the different quality classifications, and you can see the number of total low quality close, low quality edit, and high quality questions. And that's it for the slides. Thank you very much.